want to talk about the stories we tell ourselves. Those moments when we feel as if our life is crashing down, things are falling apart in our life, whether financially, relationship wise, career wise, health wise. I've been there, so I understand what that feels like to have the rug pulled right from under your feet and to wake up every morning feeling helpless, hopeless, and powerless. And it's quite a frightening space to be. And for most of, I would say, my young adulthood, I lived with pretty intense anxiety, feeling days of highs and lows, like extreme highs and lows. Always feeling like a victim to life's circumstances. And what I came to discover through a health crisis that I experienced 10 years ago, and the years it took to recover from this crisis, losing it all, losing my tech business, losing friendships from being sick so long. I learned a lot about the power I have innately in myself to conquer anything life throws my way. But that did not come from reading a book. It didn't come from just doing affirmations every day. It didn't come from years of trying to train my mind to imagine myself in a way that I was not ready to actually surrender myself fully into the concept of what it really means to heal and what it means to truly move through grief. So I want to talk a little bit today about what stops us from really making headway in our lives so that we're not stuck in these continual repetitive patterns that are always keeping us feeling a victim that is powerless in the world. Because that's a very, very lonely and scary place to be. And if I'm able to, after everything I have been through, from cancer, cardiac arrest, near-death experience and flatlining, a bionic heart for 5 years, and a heart transplant, a 7-year journey that flipped my entire world upside down. If I can sit here today and tell you that life is never 100% perfect, but if you allow yourself, you actually get stronger and stronger, and your ability to handle curveballs that life throw at you significantly do less harm and damage in your life and your mind and the people around you. If I can tell you that that is possible, would you be willing to listen to me share how I did that? Because the first step in moving through grief and clearing unwanted patterns and wiping away old karma that you are just absolutely tired of seeing appear in your face year after year after year after year. I'm here to tell you that you don't just deserve better, but you are better than that. You already are. Without me telling you that you're broken, or that you need fixing, or that you need help, or that something is wrong with you, I'm here to tell you, you already are this person of resilience. You already are. The difference is you haven't allowed yourself to fully, truly dive into what is keeping you stuck. That desire, that unconscious, unwanted desire to stay right in the midst of the very stories that have been keeping you stuck for years and years and years. And I can promise you that when life truly threw me a curveball 10 years ago, if I remained in that space of victimhood, there is no way I would have ever been able to achieve so much for my life since my tragedy. It was imperative that I clear and I let go of what was keeping me feeling like a victim. I'm talking years of a physical trauma to my body, and there was no way I was going to allow myself to stay in a victim consciousness if I wanted my life, my family's life, and my body to thrive. This is a choice. This is a choice that you have to sit down and say to yourself, I am ready. I am fully ready to let go of these stories. I am willing to do whatever it takes. And I may not like it all. I may detest the advice that I'm going to get. I may not like the parts of me that I have to look deep in. All those parts that I've been hiding for years because I was too ashamed to look them in the face. This is a deep commitment that nobody can make but you. And so in your journey to healing, moving through grief, filling that void from loss and hopelessness and pain and anxiety, the depression, the not wanting to get out of bed, the not wanting to leave the house. The only person that can walk you through that door and open it and go right through is you. You have to make the commitment to go all in. And when we dive into the tools that you can use to move through grief and to move through fear and all the things and all the stories that have been keeping you stuck where you do not want to be, you have to say to yourself, I surrender. I surrender. I cannot do this anymore by myself. I cannot offload anymore to the people around me and to expect them to be able to solve my problems. It's no one else's responsibility but mine. Oh, I know how hard that is. I know how hard that is to acknowledge. There are days I still fight that myself. But at the end of the day, I always know, and I will always remember, because I know what I've been through. And I know that if I'm to continuously face head on life and its daily challenges, that's why we're here. We're here to experience all the good and all the things that don't feel so good. But if I'm going to learn how to thrive in uncertainty, which is the reality of life, if I'm going to learn how to thrive through that, I must be able to open my heart and surrender, to close my eyes and trust that my existence here has purpose. I am here for a reason. There are things about me that I'm too afraid to share, acknowledge, or celebrate, because for whatever reason, I've grown to find them shameful, embarrassing, and something I'm not really supposed to share with others. But the truth is, you're not alone. So I want you to trust that when I say there's a reason for you to be here, there is. And if we have to remind ourselves of that every day, then so be it. That is the surrender. That is the grace. When you're in a period of feeling powerless, the way through is to surrender. Surrendering does not mean giving up, and it does not mean that you will not be moving forward. You can surrender into the flow.